Hey friends, I have another lesson for you on Venn diagrams and comparing and contrasting. Hopefully you remember the last video that I made when we contrasted and compared two books that were written by the same author. If you give a mouse a cookie and if you take a mouse to school. Well, today we are going to compare and contrast two different books. One of them is Born to be a Butterfly, because we've been talking a lot about butterflies and the butterfly life cycle. So for Born to be a Butterfly, I drew a picture of a butterfly and put it up at the top of my circle on my Venn diagram. The other book that we're going to think about is Eric Carle's book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. So here I have a picture of a caterpillar to remind us of that book. Now, I don't have that book at my house, but I did post a link to a video of Eric Carle, the actual author, reading the story. And so I hope you were able to watch that. And if you remember, a Venn diagram is two circles, and the circles are overlapping, you can see. So the circles are on top of each other. We are going to think about some things about the book, Born to be a Butterfly, and we're going to think about some things about the book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. And then we're going to think about if anything is the same about both of the books. That's comparing and contrasting. Thinking about what's the same and thinking about what's different. So let's get started. I wrote down some things that I remembered about these books when I read them. And so I'm going to read them to you, and you can help me decide if the things that I wrote down are true about the book Born to be a Butterfly, or if they're true about The Very Hungry Caterpillar. And if they're true about The Very Hungry Caterpillar, they're going to go inside of this yellow circle. If they're true about Born to be a Butterfly, they're going to go into the brown circle. But do you remember what happens if the thing that I read is true about both books? Do you remember where I should put it from our last lesson with Venn diagrams? Let's think about it and we'll get started and see if you remember. Okay, so the first thing that I have here, I wrote a note that says, the caterpillar gets sick to his stomach. And I'm thinking about the stories, The Very Hungry Caterpillar and Born to be a Butterfly. And I remember in the book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar, the caterpillar is eating and eating, but he's not really eating the kinds of things that caterpillars are supposed to eat. He's eating ice cream and cake, and he gets sick to his stomach. So I'm gonna take this, the caterpillar gets sick to his stomach, and I'm gonna put it in the circle for the book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar, right here. All right, let's take a look over here. What does this one say? Something Mrs. Gift remembered about one of the books. The caterpillar forms a chrysalis. I'm thinking the caterpillar forms a chrysalis, and I'm thinking about my book, Born to be a Butterfly, and I remember that this caterpillar changes into a chrysalis. All right, awesome. So, but I'm also thinking about the book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. And in the book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar, Eric Carle says the caterpillar changes into a cocoon. That's interesting. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But I know that in Born to be a Butterfly, the author wrote the caterpillar forms a chrysalis. So I'm going to put that one over there. Let's see. The caterpillar eats junk food. We know what junk food is. We know what healthy food and not so healthy foods are. And in The Very Hungry Caterpillar, the caterpillar eats ice cream and cake and all kinds of things that are probably considered to be junk food, and maybe we should just eat a little bit of those, not too much. So I'm going to put that over here in the circle for The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Let's see. Here's a good one. This one says, the illustrations, we know that the illustrations are the pictures in the book. The illustrations are photographs. They're photographs of real things. So Born to be a Butterfly The illustrations you can see are actual photographs of real butterflies, real butterfly eggs. So the illustrations are photographs. In the Very Hungry Caterpillar, the illustrations are drawings. They're drawings. So I'm going to put this one over here in Born to be a Butterfly. Let's see. This one says, the caterpillar egg is on a leaf. The caterpillar egg is on a leaf. Well, I'm thinking of the Very Hungry Caterpillar story, and I know that that caterpillar egg was on a leaf under the moonlight. I remember that about that story. And I know that in this story, the butterfly was flying around looking for a leaf to lay her egg on. So that is true about both stories. So where should it go? Did you remember? Well, I want it to go inside of this circle, but I also want it to go inside of this circle because it's true about both stories. So that means I can put it in the overlapping part of my Venn diagram. Awesome, let's see. We've got a couple more left to put in the right spot. This says the caterpillar forms a cocoon. That's interesting because in the book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar, Eric Carle says that the caterpillar forms a cocoon. But cocoons are actually what a caterpillar forms when it's going to turn into a moth. A chrysalis is what a caterpillar forms when it is going to turn into a butterfly. So I'm going to put it in here, but I also want to make sure that we all know that cocoons are for moths and chrysalis are for butterflies. So it was a little confusing in that book, but we've cleared it up now. Let's see. This says the butterfly is camouflage on the tree bark. Do you remember why the butterfly had to be camouflage on the tree bark? Let's see. I remember in this book, Born to be a Butterfly, that the butterfly kept its wings closed and hid on the tree branch because a predator might find it and try to eat it. I'm trying to find the right page. A predator is something that, that could hurt or eat the butterfly. And I know that this butterfly was hiding from, a bird because a bird is a predator. So I'm gonna put that over here. The butterfly was camouflage on the tree bark. It closed its wings and hid so that the predator couldn't get it. And then one more. The caterpillar eats leaves. Well, guess what? I think all caterpillars actually eat leaves, and I know that the caterpillar was eating a leaf in this book. And I'm thinking about the Very Hungry Caterpillar book. And after the caterpillar got done eating all the fruit and all the junk food, it decided to eat a nice, healthy, crunchy leaf. So in both stories, the caterpillar eats leaves. So where should I put this one? You're right, in the middle where they overlap, so it's inside of both circles. Very nice. Awesome job, friends, comparing and contrasting. Remember, comparing and contrasting is thinking about what is the same and what is different about two things. I hope that you're having a great day. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, friends.